again, my name is Amos. I'll be your facilitator today, this evening, again for the Tcash app platform. This is a digital platform that is helping us to set up digital biashara so that we are ready in the future of biashara, which is digital. During our first session, we had a discussion about how to set up your shop. I hope you can still remember how you are doing it. You needed to go to from the personal to the business. And then, of course, you needed to switch to whichever business you wanted to switch to. For example, the Aura Baby. If I switch to that personal business, then of course the screen shows up the way it was. I described what is there. And then you needed to come to the business. And then under business, you choose the inventory. If your shop is dealing with physical products, but if you're offering services, then you needed to come to the services bit so that you can add the service or edit the type of services that you have. This session will majorly be on what is very, very important in a business, making your first sale. How am I going to sell with the Tcash platform? Of course, I tried to explain during our first session why Tcash so-called. We said that why Tcash so-called, we said that we are integrating our businesses into the Tcash platform because of a number of reasons. One of them is the fact that you can see what is in your shop at any given point. But now, how do you sell? Because already you have set up your shop. Umeweka bidhaa zako hapo. You have placed every item that you have in stock in your inventory. Then how do you sell? Utauzia client aje na amefika kwa shop. That is what we are trying to address in this session. So I'll just take us through what I have on my business profile. I have the personal and the business, of course, tabs that you can switch from the personal to the business. And then, of course, you can see that we are having the Tcash balance, the Rotary tickets, just as we had them, and today's performance, the transactions, the upcoming bookings. I want you to note one thing, that today's performance is at 0 shillings. But this is going to change because we're going to make our first sale. And of course, the transactions are 0, the orders are 0. Nobody has ordered anything from my shop, and I've attended 0 customers. Of course, we're going to review how this appears after I've done my first sale. So upcoming bookings are also 0. Nobody has booked to come to my biashara today. But now, down there, you have the home, the orders, and the sell. The most important button right now is the sell button. So if you're following me up with your app there, you can press with me the sell. If you press on the sell, then a few options appear to you. There is the catalog, the express, and the voice assistant. Allow me to just discuss a bit about the catalog, the express, and the voice assistant. The catalog is the kind of sale that we are used to in supermarkets, say. Penye a product is passed through a scanner and then the code of the product is just scanned to just record the price. That is the catalog. The express sale is the one that we're going to use when our biashara has so many customers at a given point. Kuna time inakuanga ni peak top of the hour. So during that top of the hour, when you're having so many customers, that is when you use the express checkout. We have also another upcoming coming soon under the Tcash platform, the voice assistant. What is this voice assistant? Remember I said during our first session that our platform is AI enabled. What does that mean? That we're integrating AI to help us sell faster with the voice assistant, although that is coming soon. It is coming in the next month or so. So you can keep on checking whether we have a new version. In the new version of the app, you're going to have the voice assistant. So I want us to go to the catalog. Of course, tunataka biashara yako, kama ni kioski yako, you operate kama supermarket. You don't need to have a calculator there. Ati unajiuliza, huyu msee amenipea 1000, sasa change itakuwa ngapi? Because sasa hii product nauza 20, hii ingine nauza 30. So yeah, the catalog will do all that for you. So you press on the catalog, then of course, whatever you have in your inventory shows up. If you can still remember, we had the gray school windbreaker. We had the boys' white shorts and so on. But now, I just want us to see what we just added, whether what we added in the first session is still there. The plastic cup is still there, 20 in stock, 10 shillings per piece. And of course, the yogurt is also there. So I want us now to try and sell the plastic cup. Maybe somebody shows up to my shop. They want 10 pieces of these plastic cups. How do I sell using the app? So you just need to come to the checkout. You add the number of cups. Maybe they wanted five cups. And then you can see down there is a cart that is appearing. The cart now has 5 items for 50 shillings. Why? Because each item is costing 10 bob. Then if you're to sell now 5 of them, itakuwa 5 times 10, which is 50. So the app is doing that for you. Then you press on the cart. You can be able to see how your cart now looks like. You have a plastic cup, 5 of them for 50 shillings. So you can see down there, you can add more. If the client doesn't need just the cup, maybe they also need to buy a yogurt, you can just press on the add more. Ukienda kwa add more, unajaribu kuongeza product. Maybe umse ameamua, I also need 1 piece of yogurt. So you tap on it, then you add to cart. You go to cart, you see that the yogurt has also added itself there. But now the price has also increased. Remember, the yogurt is costing 100. The cups are costing 10. So this would mean that the total cost of my transaction is now 150. And you can add as many items as possible. Unaweza add zile items zote zenye client wako wanataka. And then at any given point, utakuwa unapata the total amount ya pesa yenye client anafaa kukulipa. So once you have this, you go to checkout. So under the checkout, there is something that you can see, the Soko QR. For the Soko QR code, there are 3 ways of receiving your money with the Tcash platform. There is the Tcash wallet that you have once you log in and sign in. Then there is also the cash payment option or the external wallet payment option. For a customer who has Tcash, then it is recommended that they use the Tcash to pay because the transaction will be free of charge. They are not charged for the transaction. So at a scan the QR code using the app. I would want us to see how and where will the client scan this still in the app. Yeye kama amesign in kwa Tcash, then that would mean akona app yake kwa simu yake. Akiwa na app yake, remember what I'm having now is what you're showing, what your phone is showing as the person doing the sales in your business. Sasa na yeye atakuja kwa ile option ya personal. I just want to exit the cart first. We're going to come back to it. We're going to come back to it. So I just want to go back to home, switch to personal. Niki switch kwa personal. Under the personal, I'd also try to explain what you have there. But again, my interest would be down here where you have the home, the shop, and the scan. So under the scan, yeye client wako anafaa press your scan. Kwa ile QR code yenye tumeacha kwa business side. So your client is supposed to tap on the scan. Once they tap on the scan, it brings the camera a bit so that they can scan and they can just press on only this thing. And then you can see a box is appearing there so they can scan the QR code and they are able to pay you directly using the Tcash platform. The advantage of using Tcash for both you as a business person and for your customers is that your customers are not charged the transaction fees. It is absolutely free of charge. Back to the business bit. Go back to the cell, the cell that we were trying to do, the cell option. We said under the cell, we proceed to catalog. From the catalog now, we needed to sell a few cups, 5 cups. And again, I can proceed to the cart. So of course, 5, we're dealing with the checkout. So I was explaining about the QR code. You can see it again. So if the client has the Tcash app and they scan this QR code, they're going to pay you directly to your wallet. So they don't have to keep on entering pay bill, I don't know, business number. They don't have to do all those things. The QR code will just send the money directly into your Tcash wallet. If the client doesn't have the Tcash, then they have other ways of paying you. One of them is the cash payment. So client amekuja kwa shop, anataka hizo vikombe. There are 5 of them. Cost yake ni 50 shillings. Akona cash. How will the app help you process that? You're going to press on the cash payment. Once you press on the cash payment, then a certain thing pops out. Confirm the cash checkout. Would you like to proceed? Inakuuliza, yes, of course, I want to proceed. If you want to cancel, you can cancel. But for this transaction, I want to confirm so that we see what happens. I confirm. So once I press on confirm, of course, you can see the purchase is completed. Services for cash payment will be deducted from your next digital checkout, or you can choose to pay the fee now. What does that mean? For the Tcash app, for the Tcash app to help you manage your inventory, help you build your credit, score. For the Tcash app to help you advertise your business, there is a fee, a small fee, a very small fee that you pay for transactions that you're doing on cash basis. So the fee for the transaction that is below 100 shillings is 1 shilling, 1 bob for any transaction yenye haifiki 100 shillings. So nalipa 1 bob. So that is what you can see. The previous cash fee balance for my business was 50. So immediately you sign in, app inakupea 50 shillings, then unaweza tumia watu wakitumia hiyo kulipa na cash. Then the fee for this transaction is 1 bob because transaction yetu ilikuwa ni ya 50 shillings. So that is why the fee is 1 bob. If the transaction is to be above 100, the fee for the platform is 1%. Say huyu client amenunua kitu ya 150 as we had initially, amelipa na cash. What am I paying the app to process that transaction? It is 1% of 150, which would be 1.5 shillings. So it is a very minimal fee, very affordable fee. And then the casual before settlement, how much can I sell before I repay the 50? So you can sell up to 9,900 for on cash basis before you resettle the 50. Yani before uweke 50 tena kwa system, ndio iendelee tena kudeduct anytime you're making that sale. And then of course, something very, very important is coming into our biashara, free of charge, the receipt. Imagine now you can give a receipt for every transaction that happens in your business. Isn't that awesome? I feel it is, because I've struggled before with some clients who have showed up in my shop. They want to buy something, but huyo msee ametumwa na msee hamwamini, so anahitaji receipt ya kuonyesha ukweli ametumia hiyo 50, ametumia hiyo 100. So you can go to view receipts, and then when you view the receipt, you can see it's showing you that the date is today, the time, and of course this is a cash payment in store worth 50 shillings. And then how do I send this receipt to the customer? You can just take a screenshot of the same and send it to their email or their WhatsApp. That is how you do a cash payment. So just in case you have any question, just keep them coming on the comment section. I'll be reading them and responding to them promptly on chat there on the chat section. So in case there is any question on this, ensure that you let me know the question that you have. That is how you make a cash payment. This is a complete purchase done. Now I want us to see, how does this now affect our inventory? Because caps zilikuwa 20, tumeuza 5. Does it change on my inventory, or do I have to go back? So we can go back to business, then the inventory, to just confirm to you that it is synchronized. Ile kitu umefanya huko kwa sales ina happen immediately kwa inventory. So nikikuja kwa inventory, naona caps zangu zilikuwa 20, now I'm remaining with 15 of them because I've made a sale of 5 of them. So inventory inanisaidia kutrack stock yangu. Nitakuwa najua at any given point caps zimebaki ngapi. At any given point, do I need to restock hii product? Ni product gani nauza sana? So you're able to also see the same. Then how does that transaction affect my homepage? If I come back to the homepage, you can see my Tcash balance remains the same, 146, because this was a cash payment. So pesa yenye nimelipwa in cash. But nikikuja kwa today's performance, hapo chini, you can see that I've made sales worth 50 shillings. And it is indicated there, recorded there. How many transactions have I made? Just one single transaction. How many orders? 0. How many customers? 0. But why is it that the customers are 0? Na nimeuzia msee. The answer to that is, this person I sold to is not a registered customer on the Tcash platform. So therefore, because we don't have their name, that is why the customer would remain anonymous, because we don't have their name. So I want us to just now switch again to the sell. We see the other way of selling, because I know most people now do not operate on cash basis. Some people use the M-Pesa platform. How are they going to pay me? If somebody comes, they want to pay with the M-Pesa, but mimi nataka manage inventory yangu kwa app. How will they pay me? If we go back to sales, the catalog, then assuming this person is buying yogurts, I would want them to be 2 this time, so that we check on the 1% we are talking about. Tuone hiyo transaction itaenda aje. So the 200, because I've added 2 yogurts, then that is 200, each is costing 100. So if I go to the cart, I have the option of adding more. I don't need to add more. I just need to go to checkout. I need to check out this item. Of course, the same thing shows up: QR code, cash payment on your left, on your right, external wallet. So this external wallet is where M-Pesa is. So you just press on external wallet if the client has M-Pesa. So external wallet. It shows them a QR code. So they can scan this QR code to pay you, or rather, they can use USSD on M-Pesa. So it is very interesting. They can use a pay bill number, which is 817817, and then the account number is the number you use to register your platform on your platform. So once they use this, they scan either the QR code or use the pay bill number that is below there, then this money comes directly to your Tcash wallet. Receive kwa Tcash wallet yako. So that is how simple it is to sell using the Tcash platform. Now, maybe you are there, you're running a barber shop, you're running a salon, you was maybe you're a fundi, you're a boda guy. How will you get paid? Of course, we switch now to the other shop that I have set. I need to cancel this because I don't have anybody now buying with any of that things. So I can confirm that I want to, I can delete that from the cart, and I don't longer need the cart. So I need to switch now from the Aura Baby to the education bit. This is the Elimu Hub Academy. Under the Elimu Hub Academy, we are having the adult literacy classes and so on. So they were all falling under services, just like the barber shop would fall, your kinyozi, that is, the salon would fall, zote zitakuwa kwa under the services form of business. So how do you then sell these services? In the same way, tulikuwa tunauza kwa ile shop ya products, the Aura Baby, and the same way we can just sell here. So you will just see this platform showing today's performance. We have made 80 shilling sales. Remember, these are different shop. So that is why unaona performance hapa iko juu kushinda the other side, because these are different shop altogether. Then I will come to sell. If I come to sell, I have the option of catalog, express, voice assistant, just like the other person who is having the other type of shop. So you still have the three: the catalog, the express, the voice assistant. I need to go to the catalog for me to process the sale. So under my catalog, maybe somebody comes to my shop. You remember us adding the chemistry lesson? Maybe somebody comes to the shop, they want the chemistry lesson. So remember, I'm selling it at 10 shillings per minute. Maybe they want to be with me for, say, 20 minutes. So up to the number of minutes that I have. Maybe they want to be with me for 20 minutes. For 20 minutes, because it's 20 times 10, then the amount becomes 200. And then you can just proceed on to the cart. And because I don't want to add anything, I can go to checkout. Okay, there is an error here somewhere. Okay, good. I was able to troubleshoot that, and that error is now gone. The chemistry lesson is for 200, then the total amount is there. So I can scan the QR code. This QR code will be used by a person who has the Tcash platform, just as we saw it in the other case. Say atakuja askani QR code, pesa ikuje kwa account yangu. I can use the cash payment. This is for the person mwenye akona cash, or the external wallet. If we just go to the external wallet, mse amekuja na M-Pesa, so I'll just switch to the external wallet, and then you can see they can either scan the QR code, or they can pay using the pay bill number that is down there below. Something else, if they were to use the cash, I would want us to now see how it goes about with the 1% for the 200. So cash payment, if I just do confirm, then this would mean the purchase is completed. Service fee for cash payment will be deducted in your next digital checkout, or you can choose to pay the fee now. So the previous balance for this shop was 40 shillings. The fee for this transaction is 2 shillings. That is what I would want you to understand. Why is it 2? It is 2 because we're dealing with 1% of 200. 1% of 200 is 2. So that is why the fee for this transaction is 2. The remaining cash balance is 38. The cash fee balance is 38. And then the cash sale before settlement for this account is 8,801. And then I can view the receipt for the same. The receipt will show that this was a chemistry lesson for 200, and I have received 198 because, of course, there is the 2 shillings transaction fee, and I'm done. So this is done, and that is how you do a checkout using you do your first sale if you're offering services. So what have we looked at during the session? We have looked at how to make your first sale in either a product shop or a services-oriented shop. After that, we have seen that there are various ways through which you can receive your money. One of them is by having your customers scan the QR code for the Tcash Soko. That is, if they have the Tcash wallet. So they can just scan and you get paid directly. If they don't have the Tcash wallet and they are coming to a shop with cash, then you can also accept the cash payment. And number 3, if they're using M-Pesa, you can use the external wallet and then they'll just pay you directly by either scanning or by using the pay bill number. Something else that we were able to look at is that once you sell, your sale affects your catalog instantaneously. What does that mean? That the moment nimeuza caps 5 na nilikuwa na caps 20, stock ina reduce to caps 15. So at any given point, nitakuwa najua how many items do I have left in stock. In addition to that, the importance of recording these sales, especially the cash sales, is because you will be able to view your catalog at any given point and get a true picture of the items you have in stock and the items that you have that are out of stock. I would mention and say, it is so disappointing. Customer ametoka all the way mbali amekuja kwa shop only to find that kumbe product alikuwa anataka iko online as a product that is already there but haiko akikuja physically kwa shop. So it is very important that we record these sales so that our catalog, even as we advertise our businesses using the Tcash platform, reflects what is actually in the shop. So, but then I've made my sales. How can I know how many sales I made today? How can I know who I sold to? Then that would fall under the performance today. You can see when I come back to home, today's performance is 280 shillings. So that would mean I've made a number of transactions. How many transactions I've made? I've made 4 transactions. And of course, the orders are 0 because nobody has ordered something online. And the customers are 0 because all these have been cash sales. So if I come to the wallet bit, you'll see that the wallet shows me the balance that I have on the Tcash. The wallet is just down there. But of course, the cash payment that I've made is showing now, and it's a 200 shillings cash payment. If I tap on that cash payment, you will notice that it is showing me that this is a cash payment of 200 that was made at 12:20. And of course, the receipt. So you can just tap on the receipt to see the receipt is there, just the way we had it initially. So this now reduces doubt anytime a customer is coming to say, maybe I bought this product from you. You can be able to track and say, on which day at what time did you buy the product. You can view a receipt for even past transactions. And these receipts are very important because you're able to know which product you sold, for how much, they paid using which method. In addition to that, you can add a note. For instance, maybe nilimuuzia 200 because nilikuwa nimempea discount. You can also add a note and say discount given. When you're making the sale, you can say that maybe this was a very loyal customer, you gave a discount. You can also add a note. So that is, again, another very, very important feature in our Tcash Soko platform. So yes, that shows us that whatever we do with our platform is recorded. So we have a record of all the transactions that we are making. Maybe something I just want to mention is that one of the importance of having Tcash is that you're also creating or building your credit profile. So the more transactions you have, the better your credit profile. The better your credit profile. Why? Because venye tu unauza sana, hivyo ndio bank itatumia hiyo information kukuallow kuchukua credit with them. Maybe you want to expand your biashara, you want to do something else with the money. The bank will look at your transactions. How have you been transacting with the Tcash? And then they are able to allow you get some credit. So that brings us to the end of our session. But what was it about? It was about making your first sale. How do you make your first sale? You must first of all set up your shop. After setting up your shop, then you come to sell. Then you go to catalog. Then you just sell. You can receive your money in 3 ways: Tcash so-called QR code, cash payment, or rather the external wallets. Some small fee apply. 1 bob for transactions below 100 shillings and 1% for transactions above 100 shillings. So see you in the next one on Where Does Your Money Go? So you have sold. Where does your money go? See you in the next one. Have a nice time.